Hi and welcome to the short unboxing and overview material today for Day of Days. This is a comprehensive and thorough game from Multiman Publishing, another title which is part of the classic standard combat series. I received this great position as one of MMP sales goodies and enjoyed it very much. In below material we shall very briefly look at the great components of it and the more stuff on this game and other positions you can find on my blog, link to which I enclosed below.
Let's talk now about Day of Days, so the invasion of Normandy 1944. Who of you have not played Normandy invasion? I don't think there is any of you, dear subscribers, dear watchers, who didn't play it. Yes, we all played the Normandy landings in various formats, operational, strategic, tactical. Here we have a pretty, let's say, low-level game with an easy set of rules. Again, we are in the standard combat series, so the rules will not be overly difficult. However, the level of the game, it is on the company level, is pretty low. So there will be some number of counters, of course, they will be, but the move of them will be pretty easy. In this game, we reenact first 10 days of D-Day landings. So actually, those critical 10 days when a foothold has to be created, the beaches has to be gained, and you need to move from the beaches. There is also a possibility for the German counterattack. So this is important. The game is, as the publisher says, massive in scale, but pretty playable by usage of this standard series rules. Let's see what's inside, and we'll have a lot of goodies inside. You can see in a moment. A die, a personal touch note, as always. Okay, first of all, rulebook. As in every game which is in the series, and Day of Days is also there, we have first of all the series rulebook. Again, 8 pages for the standard combat series, and then we have the rules and scenarios for the Day of Days. You might be surprised seeing 52, but guys, it's a lot of scenario setups, and the actual rules are 8 pages. So in total, 8 pages of the standard rules plus 8 pages of the rules for the Day of Days. Not too much, really, not too much. It will take you probably a little more to set up the game than actually read the rules. In order to be quicker with the setup of the game, you have a pretty nice and informative setups helps. So Germans at start setup. Then you would have also the Allies setup, Allied Organization Chart 1, exactly. You can see the Americans, the British, the Airborne. You have then the second chart for the Allies, exactly. Follow up. Here, reinforcements, and you can put them per beach. Exactly. And German reinforcements. If you set it up at the beginning, it is much easier to play it later. By the way, I would like to draw your attention to this. This is all the maps which we'll be using. I believe we have like 4 maps. 1, 2, 3, 4. However, you don't have to play the whole scenario. You have possibility to play a smaller scenarios, like 1 map, 2 map. Important for playability, and also for possibility to learn the system. When you have counters, yeah, don't be daunted. There will be some of them. First ray, these are mainly British. And then we have British, some paratroopers. I would need to check which would be those. Then we have evidently Americans. more Americans and some airborne units. Remember, this is a company level. Now we have some miscellaneous counters, and we start with the German fortifications. Here we would have more German fortifications and already some divisions. Here we have even more German divisions and also artillery units and other stuff like this. Then we have the famous SS divisions, which were late to react, if you remember correctly. So how many counters do we how many sheets of counters do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think some decent storage solution, you can count on me, will be needed for this game, definitely. And now we have one more die. Sorry, it is here. It escaped us. Yeah, we have to. Now the maps. There should be like 4 maps, I believe. Map A, map B, map C and D. There is no way I can show you all the maps connected on this camera, and zooming out would be pretty problematic. I'm just wondering how I will fit on my table. So as you can see, this is the map. Here are the landings on the Utah beach. Here is the current town. Here we would have some of the paratroopers, I'm sure. Wow, I like the scale. I can tell you I played a lot of D-Day landings game on the strategic scale, but never on company scale. And this is exactly why I wanted to get this game. Company level game about D-Day landings, a lot of tokens, but the rules, which are pretty short. Here we have Omaha, bloody Omaha, exactly. And we have very deep into the map. St. Law, a lot of victory points here. Wow, it looks simply gorgeous. Can you imagine how much it would take to counter clip all of those tokens? That would be challenge too. Then we have a third map, which should already touch the British sector. Yeah, the gold. And then we would have further. Beautiful. Simply beautiful. And the last D map would be Juno. Exactly. And some additional legend for the game. Here we have the legend for the game. Here we have, I believe, Pegasus Bridge. Yep, okay. And here Khan with all the victory points you can get from them. Beautiful. As I told you, I would probably not be able to play this game in operational combat series, but in standard combat series, that still should be fun, and that still should be doable and playable, definitely. So let me pack it back. Okay, nice and shiny. These were Day of Days, a company level standard combat series game from MMP, which I hope to bring to the table gradually. Definitely scenario by scenario, starting with the smaller scenarios, starting with British landings, then maybe the US landings, and only playing the whole once I play the smaller ones.